Have you ever wondered how something smaller than a virus could change your entire life? I'm talking about technology so tiny that you can't see it, but it's already making your phone faster, your clothes cleaner, and might even help save our planet. Hey everyone, I'm Ben, and welcome back to English Story Mode, the podcast where learning English gets exciting through mind-blowing science and technology. Today, we're diving into the incredible world of nanotechnology. Trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll see the world differently. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's explore how the tiniest things are creating the biggest changes. All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is nanotechnology? Picture this. You know how thick a human hair is, right? Well, nanotechnology works with things that are about 80,000 times smaller than that hair. We're talking about manipulating matter at a scale of 1 to 100 nanometers. To put that in perspective, a virus is about 100 nanometers, so we're literally working at the level of viruses and molecules. I remember when I first learned this, I couldn't wrap my head around it. How do you even see something that small? Well, you can't with regular microscopes. Scientists need incredibly powerful electron microscopes. It's like trying to build a skyscraper using grains of sand, except these grains of sand have superpowers. Now, let's talk about electronics. And boy, this is where things get really exciting. Remember those old computers from the 1980s that were huge but could barely do anything? Well, nanotechnology is the reason your smartphone today is more powerful than those room-sized computers from decades ago. The secret is in something called transistors, tiny switches that control the flow of electricity in your devices. Thanks to nanotechnology, we can now make transistors that are just 1 to 2 nanometers wide. That's so small, you could fit millions of them on the head of a pin. And here's the crazy part. The smaller they get, the faster your phone becomes and the less energy they use. My current phone has a processor with over 8 billion transistors, each one smaller than a virus. When I think about having 8 billion tiny switches in my pocket, working together perfectly millions of times per second, it literally gives me goosebumps. It's like having a microscopic city of workers, all collaborating to run your apps, take your photos, and connect you to the world. Now, let's move on to energy, because this is where nanotechnology might just help save our planet. You know how frustrating it is when your phone battery dies right when you need it most? Well, nanotechnology is working on that problem too. Scientists are developing batteries using silicon nanowires that can hold much more energy and charge much faster. We're talking about batteries that could last for days instead of hours and charge in minutes instead of hours. But here's the really exciting part. Imagine electric cars that can drive for 1,000 miles on a single charge, and then fully recharge in just 5 minutes at a charging station. That's what nanotechnology could make possible. And it's not just about convenience. Better batteries mean we can store renewable energy more effectively. When the sun isn't shining and the wind isn't blowing, we need somewhere to store all that clean energy we collected. Nano-enhanced batteries could be the key to making renewable energy reliable 24/7. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about never having to worry about running out of power again. And solar energy. Nanotechnology is making solar panels much better at capturing sunlight. These nano-enhanced solar cells can convert more sunlight into electricity, which means cleaner energy for everyone. Plus, scientists are creating new nanomaterials for something called solid-state batteries. These are safer, longer-lasting, and more powerful than the batteries we use today. They're also working on nanocatalysts that can help produce clean hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen is amazing because when you use it for energy, the only waste product is pure water. How cool is that? Let's talk about materials next, because this is when nanotechnology gets really wild. Have you ever heard of carbon nanotubes? These things are like superhero materials. They're stronger than steel, but lighter than a feather. I'm not kidding. If you could make a rope out of carbon nanotubes, it would be strong enough to lift a car, but light enough to float in the air. Car companies and airplane manufacturers are starting to use these nanotubes to make vehicles that are both stronger and lighter. This means cars that use less fuel and airplanes that can fly more efficiently. But that's just the beginning. There's also something called graphene, which is basically a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a honeycomb pattern. It's so thin, it's essentially two-dimensional, but it's incredibly strong and conducts electricity better than copper. Scientists think graphene could revolutionize everything from electronics to water filtration. I actually got to touch a piece of graphene tape in a lab once. It was so thin I could barely see it, but knowing its incredible properties made it feel like holding a piece of the future. But here's something that'll blow your mind. Self-cleaning surfaces. Nanotechnology has created coatings that literally clean themselves. Imagine never having to wash your car again, or having windows that stay perfectly clean even in a dust storm. These nano coatings work by making surfaces super smooth, so dirt and water just slide right off. They're also making stain-resistant fabrics. You could spill coffee on your shirt and it would just roll off like water off a duck's back. I actually have a jacket with this nano coating, and I've spilled everything from ketchup to mud on it, and it still looks brand new. And for all the metal things around us, cars, bridges, ships, nanotechnology is creating anti-corrosion coatings that prevent rust. This means these things last much longer and need less maintenance. Think about all the money we could save if bridges didn't rust and cars didn't get damaged by salt in winter. It's not just about convenience, it's about making our world more sustainable and efficient. Now, here's where nanotechnology becomes a real game changer for our environment. Remember how I mentioned those tiny nanofilters? These incredible little devices can purify water by removing pollutants that are way too small for regular filters to catch. We're talking about removing heavy metals, chemicals, even bacteria and viruses from drinking water. In some parts of the world where clean water is hard to find, these nanofilters could literally save lives. There are also nanosensors being developed that can detect pollution in the air or water before it becomes dangerous. Imagine having an early warning system for environmental problems. And here's something that gives me real hope for the future. Scientists are creating nanomaterials that can actually capture carbon dioxide from the air and help fight climate change. These materials work like tiny sponges, soaking up CO2 and either storing it safely or converting it into useful products. It's like having millions of microscopic trees working 24/7 to clean our atmosphere. Can you imagine that? Technology so small you can't see it, working to heal our entire planet. All right, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. Nanotechnology isn't just science fiction anymore. It's happening right now and changing everything around us, from making our electronics faster and more flexible, to creating better batteries and cleaner energy, to developing superhero materials and self-cleaning surfaces, to helping clean our environment and fight climate change. These tiny technologies are having a massive impact. And this is just the beginning. Who knows what amazing discoveries are coming next? Now, let me tell you about one of the most exciting applications of nanotechnology: medicine. This is where things get really personal because we're talking about technologies that could save lives, including maybe yours or someone you love. Imagine having tiny robots, smaller than your cells, swimming through your bloodstream, hunting down cancer cells and destroying only the bad ones while leaving healthy cells completely alone. That's not science fiction. That's what scientists are working on right now with nano-sized drug delivery systems. These microscopic warriors can carry medicine directly to the exact spot where it's needed, like a GPS system for drugs. You know what I love about English Story Mode? We make learning English exciting by exploring the incredible world around us. Every episode is packed with fascinating facts from science, technology, nature, and biology that make you go, wow! And the best part? You're improving your English while discovering amazing things about our world. You've got this. Every episode is a step forward in your English journey. Scientists are also developing nanoparticles that can repair damaged tissue at the cellular level. They're working on nanobiosensors that live inside your body and constantly monitor your health, sending alerts to your doctor if something goes wrong before you even feel sick. I read about a study where they used gold nanoparticles to detect cancer cells years before traditional tests could find them. The future of medicine is literally being built molecule by molecule. If you enjoyed diving into the nano world with me today, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Give us a like if this blew your mind and drop a comment below. I really want to hear from you. Tell me, what's the hardest part of learning English for you? And what science or technology topic should we explore next? Maybe space exploration, artificial intelligence, or how animals use incredible technologies in nature? Also, don't forget to check the description box below for 10 questions about today's nanotechnology facts. Answer them to practice your English and test what you learned. Thanks for joining me on this incredible nano journey. And remember, the smallest things often make the biggest difference. Now, I want to be honest with you about something important. Nanotechnology isn't without its challenges and concerns. Some people worry about the safety of nanoparticles. Since these things are so small, they can cross barriers in our bodies that larger particles can't. Scientists are working really hard to understand the long-term effects and make sure everything is safe. There are also technical challenges. It's incredibly difficult to manufacture things at the nanoscale with precision, but every groundbreaking technology started this way. Remember when computers filled entire rooms? Look where we are now. Here's something really cool. You're probably already using nanotechnology every single day without even realizing it. That sunscreen you put on likely contains nanoparticles that protect your skin from UV rays without leaving that white, chalky residue. Your toothpaste might have nanoparticles that help remineralize your teeth. Even your tennis shoes could have nano-treated fabrics that resist odors and stains. It's everywhere around us, quietly making our lives better in ways we don't even think about. Let's dream a little about the future, shall we? Scientists are working on some absolutely mind-blowing applications. Picture smart contact lenses with nanocircuits that could display information right in front of your eyes, or give people with diabetes constant blood sugar readings without any needles. They're developing nanomachines that could repair our bodies at the molecular level as we age. And here's something incredible. They're exploring nano-assembly systems that could literally build anything we need, atom by atom. It's like having a real-life magic wand. I hope you guys enjoyed our topic today. Let me know if there are other topics you would like us to explore. Have an awesome day and remember to stay curious. Till next time.